Update 1 on Cyclone Enawo, which has formed in the southwest Indian Ocean. At 9 p.m. UTC, it's already up to 45 miles per hour on this March 3rd, with a pressure of 994 millibars. Position 13.2 south, 56.3 degrees east at this time. And the storm is currently moving slowly towards a southwesterly direction at around 3 knots. The storm is expected in the next few days to move towards the southwest, intensifying along the way. Some models saying that the storm will reach a remarkable intensity, 2 of them saying Category 5, but at this time we're going with Category 2 as the storm moves towards Madagascar. Whether it makes landfall there still remains to be seen, but it looks as though the potential threat to Réunion and Mauritius is diminishing. 189 miles south of Cape La Digue in the Seychelles. No warnings are in effect right now. It's a newly formed system and is a 2 on the CDPS scale. 424 miles away from the closest point in Madagascar as well, it should be noted. And over the next few days, this is what we expect. Wind field is currently biased towards the northwest, but we expect that it will get a further grip towards the southeastern side, and the storm will expand in its wind field over the next few days. There it is, getting close to Madagascar, and it's looking pretty likely that they'll receive tropical storm force winds by the end of Sunday, if not on Monday. And hurricane force winds could be approaching the area on Monday as well. Sea surface temperatures around the storm are pretty warm right now, 28, 29 Celsius, perhaps a little bit of 30 near the coast of Madagascar itself there, certainly warm enough to sustain a significant cyclone, which this could well be. Looking at wind shear, it's pretty high to the north, as you can see, but towards the southwest. The further south it gets in the short term, the better off this storm will be by the looks of things. Looking at that graphic at least, wind shear is low off the coast of Madagascar. No floater imagery right now, which is shocking, but let's take a look at some different imagery instead whilst we're at it. No NOAA floaters, but this is some RAM imagery of what the storm's looking like in the latest frames. Not looking too bad, considering that it only formed 6 hours ago into a tropical storm. It looks like it's well on the way to becoming a significant cyclone and could possibly be challenging for Category 1 hurricane status by this time tomorrow if things are going well for it. It may take a little bit longer, as we saw with Carlos, but obviously only time will tell, and its movement will probably have a big impact on that as well. Elsewhere in the tropics, we've got Invest 96P, which is located in the Australian region. Now, we thought it was 96S, but they decided they wanted to call it 96P instead now, but that's by the by. And the storm is close to the island of Yamdena in Indonesia and is slowly moving towards the southwest. Towards Australia, models right now, the GFS and the HWRF model indicating that it could make landfall as a Category 3 or a Category 4 on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane wind scale. That would be a borderline 4-5 on the Australian scale in Western Australia, just near the border with the Northern Territory in 3 days. Watch out for that. But the total storm count for 2017 so far: 1 depression, 5 tropical storms, and 2 Category 1 hurricane strength cyclones. Again, the Saffir-Simpson hurricane wind scale in use there. There's the averages compared above, and obviously it's going to be a long time until we get anywhere close to the average. We may never get there this year. And for total storms, the complete list, 7 so far in 2017. A little way to go to get to 1900, the benchmark, 31 there. But obviously observations weren't so good back then in 1900. It'll be a while before we see any bigger, more recent seasons. You can follow Force 13's outlets. The website, force13.com, is always up to date with the latest. You can also find us on YouTube, search Force 13 and subscribe if you haven't already. You can also find us on Facebook, search Force 13 all in text, and it's at Force 13 on Twitter, again all in text. You can also add Fool 13 on Discord and Skype. Add extension 9094 on Discord for tropical weather chat.